Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for April 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. Now that is Monday through Thursday. I will be using my Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards for the main readings. I will pull one from my Guardian Angel cards, and I will pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, that is when we go to the main readings. This is just the introduction. The introduction, I am just going to use my Waite Rider tarot cards. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself up to higher power. My job is just to deliver the message. Whatever it is, whatever comes through. Now, this is that really good time that you might want to take a moment to go down and like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell for notifications. I do think that I get a little bit, my channel is not necessarily promoted with YouTube. I don't know if that is because it's too positive of a message. I'm not sure. But I know that no matter what is going on in the world, we do need to live our lives. And one of the things that I am very much a proponent of is to live without fear. Fear is what I consider the tool of the devil. It tries to keep us from reaching our maximum potential. It tries to keep us from, developing, going from that three-dimensional energy being into that fourth and fifth dimensional energy being. We are, the people that watch, I feel, are very much of the light, and we need to support each other, okay? You might want to look up star seeds. You might want to look up light workers, things, those, on the internet to find out more about that. Now, we've been having, all of our planets have been direct. There have been a ton of solar storms. And I have been forwarding some, articles, memes from other people who watch that on my Facebook and Instagram. So if you are following me, you might want to take a look at that. But there's a lot of energy going on. And then we're still going to be in the aftermath of that Libra full moon. And the Libra full moon is, Libra season when it was back, September, October. It was not necessarily an easy season to be around or to be in, especially for Libras. And I do feel like the Libra full moon does want to try to create balance. However, it might have to kick some butt in order to do that. So just be aware of that. We do go into Taurus season. And that will be on the 19th, so that would be Tuesday at 10:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can adjust that according to your time zone. And that in itself, there will be some movement there. We still, Tauruses very much go after what they want. And so that's going to be very, very positive. They can be very bullish. The energy can be very bullish. And I get this, like it takes no prisoner type of energy. So, I will, again, this is the introduction. I will post the timestamp for when you can start your readings. And of course your readings, rising, ascending, moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury, all of those good planets. And those are from your natal chart. And it's very easy to find your natal chart on the internet. Look up, how to see my natal chart. Okay, we've got a couple of cards that are actually falling out. These were falling out, but I had to push them a little bit. So let's see what we have here. Just a general overview of what's going on in the universe or in the, in the world in itself. So we have a major arcana. Now, anything that's reversed, I look at as stronger energy. So we have a major arcana. We have the High Priestess. And I'm knocking my camera around. Hope it doesn't break, because it's holding up with super glue. Anyway, we have a 2. 2 are choices. 2 is the second step of the journey. This is really digging deep. This is really going into places that we don't necessarily want to go into. This is, looking at our spirituality. I'm really getting this really digging deep energy. This is, and again, this is looking into those dark spots. This is looking into the dark areas that we have really not wanted to address. Now, it doesn't have to be our own dark spots. It could be the world's dark spots, the universe dark spots, the dark energies, as I like to call them. But it's really, I really feel like the High Priestess is having us dig deep. Now, it's also, the High Priestess is, connecting with higher power, the source energy. This is, again, I'm getting very much digging deep. So whatever this is, that Saturn in Aquarius does have, the reality versus illusion energy to it. We do have also, right now, we do have these planets. We have Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn all in alignment right now, and they will stay that way for a little bit of time. And I think that the moon joins them, but not quite yet, in this alignment. So again, even though these planets are going direct, they have been getting very, very close to each other. We've been having a lot of solar storms. There's a lot of energies in the universe that are affecting us to major extent, to a major extent. But the High Priestess is saying, dig deep. Look into those places that are dark. Look into those places. And again, light workers, spread your light, shine your light. This is why I'm always saying stay shining, okay? But the High Priestess, we have that too again. And we do have the moon down there. Okay, let's go on and see what else we might have. Okay, again reversed. So we have the Seven of Cups. 7 is a divine number. Divine number, basically, to me, it's a perfect number. It's the, divine intervention, divine interference. A lot of times I like it as the divine umbrella. It shields us from ourselves. Cup energy is our water energy. It is our Cancer, our Pisces, our Scorpio energy, fluid, emotional. Something's going to be going on with Scorpio going forward. Can't quite say what that is just yet, but I remember that there's something, something connected. The Scorpio is going to kind of rear its head a little bit, rear its energy. The Seven of Cups is choices. So there are some choices. Is it the choices to look into the dark energies? And I'm not saying to practice the dark energies. I'm just saying that the High Priestess to me is really discovering discovering what these energies are all about, or as much as we can tolerate and handle. The Seven of Cups, again, is about choices. And then with the choices, what do you do with the information? That many of you know that, I was in healthcare. Well, I'm still in healthcare, but I'm an energy worker now. But and it was always when people would say, well, should I have this test? The question really is, what are you going to do with the information? What plans are you going to make? What are you going to change with the information? Sometimes it's kind of like, if you do whatever you're going to do, there will be more that you have to then do. Remember, choices with the number 2, choices. Where am I going? I also too, again, I mentioned about this is the second step. We have the Fool, we have the Magician, the first step of the journey, and then we have the second. And, normally that's not something I normally say, but it just kind of like, this is our next step. We have another step before things are revealed. There's some revealing here. Again, what are our choices and what are we going to do with the information? Okay, let's see what this last card is. We have Justice. Now, I will tell you, Justice has been coming up a lot in my personal readings. So we have an 11 here. So we have the 1-1 energy. Again, that's new beginnings, new start. We can add it together. It becomes a 2. Choices. What are we going to do with the information? Now, Justice, a lot of times people, will say justice is blind. Just the facts, ma'am. What are we going, again, what are we doing with the information? Justice is not just about the facts. It's more than that. This is divine justice. This is not justice as per what humankind's energy demands of it. Again, this is divine justice, and divine justice is not just the what are the facts, but why. What is the why about this? I mean, it could be, we know that harming someone is wrong, but if you are harming someone to protect someone, is that then wrong? So there is interesting energy with this, but I do get some divine justice coming. Again, it's not, that could be part of karma also. So karma, we are not necessarily in Mercury retrograde, and we're not even in the shadow yet, but what is this, April? So in May, that will be going on. So there is some really big divine energy going on. Choices. Do we choose? And then what do we do with the information that we choose? So that's the universe is just really, there's a lot of uncovering going on this week. We do also have, this is, there are a lot of holy days this week also. So, we have a lot of divine energy going on. No matter who or what you, follow, who you believe in, there is a lot of divine source energy going on. I am now going to do something. I'm just going to pick one card. Okay, or I'll let it jump out, which it just did. It was sideways. We have the three. We have the Three of Swords. Swords energy is our Aquarius. Remember, Saturn's in Aquarius. That's part of that planetary alignment. We also have, it's Gemini. Mercury will be going into Gemini the end of this month, I believe. We also have Libra full moon. So this is, our thought processes, making our plans, hearing news. Now, we also have a 3 here. Now, 3, lot of power in 3. So, you say something, you do something, you put out to the universe something in 3s. There's a lot of power with that. There's also celebration. There's also creativity. Now, a lot of people don't like this because this has pain. There's pain related to this. There's hardship related to this. The reason that I do like this card is, even though the pain is there, and you can see that the swords are in the heart, but the heart's not a bloody mess. And if you know anything about anatomy, if you're putting 3 swords in the heart, it would be a bloody mess. Also, too, it does feel like, it does look like the rain clouds are behind it. So there's a lot of, there's a couple of things going on. I'm getting is, one is, healing hurts. I always say that. Ask anyone who goes to physical therapy. Healing does hurt. It hurts to get better. The other thing is that the storm is really behind us, or behind the heart. But there is still some of those gray clouds. There is still some of those hard times. So it's not that the healing has been completed, but the 3 of Hearts does say does encourage us to move forward, to move past. Will we carry the pain with us? Well, until those swords are able to be removed, and that would have to be through, again, some divine energy. Yeah, we carry the pain with us, but this is healing. There is healing, and it's moving away from the hardship. Okay? So interesting stuff going on. I really get the dig deep. We're going to be, there's going to be darkness. Darkness will be there to be exposed. Darkness will be exposed if we choose to look at it, if we choose to bring our light to it. We do have those choices, divine justice. A lot of things can pass. However, the pain will go with us for a little bit longer, but it does, again, it is, what do we hold on to? What do we release? So there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff for this week. We will see. Please comment. Let me know, what you think, how you see the world going on around you. I will, again, put the intro, the number to bypass this. I hope you watch this at least one time. Okay, remember, again, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. It does help, and my views do need to pop a little bit more, so I really appreciate you all. And I really appreciate all of the people who have watched, and I get thousands of people watching, and you people are just wonderful. I really appreciate you all. I pray for you all, and just know that you're in my heart. And let's start the readings now. Hello, my Scorpios. How are you? Oh, I feel like you're in a dreamy mode. And I know we're transitioning from fire into earth, but I feel like you're in a dreamy mode and, thinking maybe about childhood, maybe about past loves, past relationships. It's just, and that's not bad. That's not bad as long as you can maybe learn and then leave them in the past. That's the thing, my Scorpios. The future is still unwritten and there's so many exciting things to still happen. So let's see. Let's see what we can glean as a choice, as the choices possibly for your future, for at least for this week, okay? Or what the energies will be like to help you make some choices. Because again, wasn't the introduction, I think there was a lot of choice energy with that too. Okay, reversed, let's see what we've got for my Scorpios. Decisions. Ooh, what are you going to decide on? Decisions. So there's a lot of things with decisions. There's a lot of things that happen here. There is, this is the Devil card in traditional. With that, there is a, kind of sometimes you look at yourself and you just don't like who you see. Because if you were to look at the cards, there's the Devil with the two, and the two have kind of, they're humans, but they can escape, but yet at the same time they've got horns, they've got tails. So sometimes we look at ourselves and we don't necessarily like where we're at, or what we have achieved, or what we're seeing in the mirror. Sometimes we have that type of energy going on. Decisions are like, what are you going to do to make things better for yourself? What are you going to do to make some changes? That 15, so we have the 1, 5, 1, new beginnings, new start. 10 would be a transition, and a 5 is all about change. Positive, negative change, stressful change. Added together, it becomes a 6. Number of man, something you can do, how you can affect your own changes. But the thing about the decision, and this is also Archangel Jophiel, who's very creative, a lot of creativity, and Jophiel loves beautiful things. So the decision is, how do I move out of this fear? How do I move out of this, of this place that I find myself? I'm not necessarily happy here. Sometimes, though, it's kind of like, well, I'd rather stay in my misery than actually move forward. So there's some decisions here. Going back, I would say that you need to go back to the introduction, because the introduction does talk about, the high priestess, the choices, things like that. And I would say this runs really hand in hand with the energies that are going on for this week. Anyway, decision. Release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. So something might have kind of tweaked you a little bit. Anyway, next card is the 4 of Ariel. So we have a 4 energy: stability, leadership, organization. Ariel, Taurus. We're about to go into Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy: money, job, career, home energy. There's reciprocity here. Now, a lot of times this can be money money being spent, money coming in, and sometimes there's something sometimes we need to reconcile that piece of us. Sometimes it's what is it in our heart also. This is home energy. So are we giving, or, are we taking? Which is this? But there's reciprocity with the 4 of Ariel. And it can be about our job, it can be about our money, but it can also be how we're dealing with other relationships too. So there's this, and there can also be some stubbornness with the 4 of Ariel. I don't want to pay that bill, I don't owe that bill. Or it can be stubbornness with a relationship. Well, I'm not going to be the one to give in. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on your side. It could be on the other partner's side. This could be, what you are facing. The thing is, when you're facing something and it's irritating you, look to see if there is something of that in you too. So there's, again, the introduction with that high priestess, I'm getting a whole lot of intuitive insights. I like really digging deep. Okay. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. Extremes in how you save or spend money. Your last card here is solution. So there is Temperance. This is Temperance. So we have the 14. We talked about the 1 and the 10. 4, again, we've talked about the 4. You add them together, change. 5, it becomes change. This is Archangel Zadkiel. Zadkiel of the violet light, basically puts light on truth. So there is a sense of compromise. There is a sense of maybe cooperation with this. There is a sense of trying to achieve balance with this. Now that could be balance within ourselves. Sometimes compromise is like, oh, okay, who's the one that's doing the compromising? Compromise should be a balance. There's a giving and there is the receiving, but it's not being resistant to the giving and receiving. It's actually giving and receiving, okay? So you've got major arcana energy with this, and I would just say that, you might want to, again, look to see what, what is inside your high priestess type of energy. Okay. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. So you've got some real emotional, you've got some really deep emotional energy going on this week. But at the same time, I feel like, especially, with that decisions, because after the decisions, you make some decisions and you make some changes. Okay? Okay. And then I feel like you're freed. You're freed. Okay, let's see what the guardian angels have to say. Reversed. 3 of action. I love this. We know 3's very powerful number. Action is our fire energy. Still is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Passionate, burning, determined. Things are working out beautifully now that your ship has come in. So there's things, you are moving along with this. This is a really good energy here. And maybe you're looking at things because you're trying to figure out, how do I keep going with this? I want the successes, okay? It's time to decide what your next big project will be. You may choose to continue to build upon your successes or move on to something entirely different. Be willing to travel if necessary. So, this is your ship comes in. But then again, is this, there's fear with this, and there's compromise with this, and there's giving and receiving with these. So what is it with your ship? What is the ship? What is this all about? How does this fit with all of this? Let me know. Okay? Let me know with that. Because it's, sometimes this could be fear of succeeding, of success. And the decision energy could be about, I'd rather, maybe you get this wonderful promotion and you're just scared to take it. I don't know. It could be afraid, you could be afraid to move forward even. Let's see what we have here. Or maybe it's not to your liking. Here we are, reversed, blue calcite. Good. Soothing, inner peace, universal perspective, strong memory. So there's a lot of internal struggle. There's a lot of giving and receiving. There's a lot of maybe you have to, maybe you've been giving more than you've been receiving or vice versa. But then we have the ship comes in. We have that 3 of fire, the 3 of rods. And this is all very positive. This is like, this is good energy. This is good energy. But it's also, too, sometimes the 3 of action, the 3 of fire, is also looking at your choices. Well, it's now looking at your choices. Where do I go next? What do I do next? So, interesting. Okay, my Scorpios. Please take a moment. Please support the channel by liking, sharing, subscribing, clicking on the bell for notifications. That helps so much. As always, though, my Scorpios, and this is the most important part, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.